Hey everybody, it's Jack. And a lot of people ask me, what do you think of the market? Well, I could tell you, but right now it's better that I show you. So here's the broad market SPY, and as you can see, it's finding support at this short-term trend point almost every time, except for here, ever since we've had this crossover to the upside. These trend points crossed over. That's a real bullish signal right there. Talked about that a bunch of times, but that's where we're at. This trend looks good. Now, even though S&P 500 is pulling back, a lot of people are bailing on everything, and I think you could be making a mistake by doing that. I haven't sold anything. I think the market's going to go higher. If it does go lower, I'm still not going to sell anything that I hold in my dividend portfolio, other things, positions I have. So it looks like it's going to move higher. However, we're also entering into this seasonality period where historically the latter part of August and first part of September have not been good. And so that's playing a role in the way the market's moving now. So will it stay stronger? There's a lot on the line. Fed talk, more earnings, all kind of news coming out. That's also got a jittery market worked into it. Now, just looking at this, we still have some higher highs that are looking good. And I would not do the lower lows today. There's only two. I wouldn't trade anything to the downside when the broad market's bullish, right? You're not going to have good odds with that. But there it is. The other thing this shows you is even though this market hasn't been so great in the last few days, there's only 2 stocks making new 52-week lows, and there's 10 making new 52-week high. Now, not all of them are. There's only 4 stocks that actually move the S&P 500. And that's crazy because there's 500 stocks in there. This is Nvidia is one of them, and it's below its support, its short-term support. Microsoft is another one. Notice it's below. It's about to hit its intermediate term trend point. Meta below its short-term trend point, right? Almost bouncing off its intermediate term. And AVGO below its short-term trend point, almost hitting its intermediate term. So that shows you got those 4 stocks have been leading the S&P higher. They've made the bulk of the S&P 500's move higher. Those 4 accounted for it. Now those 4 are not as bullish anymore as the S&P 500. That's a crazy scenario we have right here. A lot of volatility. That's really making great options prices. But that's the state of the market. It's a little more than what the eye tells you just in SPY, because the 4 biggest stocks that contributed to most of its gains are now in worse shape than the rest of the index. Stay tuned.